Well, there is a rumor the NFL trying to get you guys together, the actual Guns N' Roses together.
To play the halftime
next year.
Funniest thing was
is that a real? I mean, you've heard that rumor by now, right?
Yeah, I heard it in my own house. My wife comes to me. She goes, "Honey, the NFL's trying to get you guys. You know they're getting you guys back together for next year." I said, "Baby, really?" She goes, "Yeah, it's on the internet." I'm like, "Honey, you're talking to me. Let's break away from the internet and get back to reality."
No, but it's right here on TMZ.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't know yet because it's on. You don't look at TMZ.
That's our culture, though. It's hilarious. She's living with the guy.
Yeah. You have to cut the thing.
Actually, turn your head away from the machine.
It's me.
Look at the person that you're talking about.
You could trust me, and you could trust me what I have to say about
14 years together. We're good. Like,
wow.
It's just rumor and wild rumor.
I remember when Guns N' Roses broke, and I was in high school, and I was a senior. And the kids, freshmen and sophomores, started listening to Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses is the first band that I had the experience of saying, what are the young kids listening to? Like, I was a senior, but I was like, what is that? Because I didn't know any, but me and my friends were listening to Led Zeppelin, and Van Halen was like where we were at. And then freshmen and sophomores that had weird haircuts and were kind of fucked up, and they were listening to this Guns N' Roses, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was so different to me.
It was way above everything else out.
It was so from the gut. Like, you could hear every string of the fucking guitars. Like, it was such tightly wound, but I went nuts for it. I loved it. I still do. Every time I hear it, I still
freaked
go
out.
crazy.
I remember that, yeah.
It is rare because rock and roll, especially by the 80s already, was such a fucking oversaturated, every color of the spectrum's out there, to have a sound that people go that shakes everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
rarely
great.
happens,
and it's weird to be. I mean, for me, to be sort of, to be inside of the thing and not being able to experience it from anywhere.
You're not getting
else,
to be a Guns N' Roses fan. You didn't get to be.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't get to be a fan.
Like Slash, at this, it's so sort of iconic in some circles. Like Slash's top hat could have come up on that pedestal, and people would have went crazy.
Exactly.
Without even him.
That's
in
how
it.
big the deal is.
So,
just that.
So it went from us being like kind of street urchins. Really,
Right.
It was a band from the gutter, and 5 guys. That's all we had was this music, nothing else, and it was that or kill somebody, really. And,
Yeah. Well, it's like the Beatles coming out of Hamburg. Like, that's what made them great, was playing the rough rooms. We have beer thrown at you.
Yeah.
You're wearing leather because it's actually protecting you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the thought that they were tough guys back when they were actually
the
in
LA
Liverpool.
scene was such a. I mean, it was dangerous just because how strung out everybody was.
Yeah.
It was like it was hard to just survive.
Yeah.
And these guys found this. I don't know. You just tune into this frequency.
Yeah.
I moved
Played
to
this one
Hollywood.
note.
I moved to Hollywood in September of '84, and there was the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles in '84. September, the Olympics were over. So I guess what happened was the cops had cleaned up Hollywood, pushed everybody out, the hookers and the drugs and all that stuff, and there must have been some events in Hollywood, but I came right as the cops let down all the barriers.
Oh, and let everybody come back,
and the
flood back
floodgates
in. Yeah.
were open. I had no idea. I was 19 years old, and it was just dangerous. I didn't live in a high rent neighborhood.
Yeah.
I lived in like the kind of the dregs of Hollywood, and it was for real. I mean, it was on. It was dangerous. There was ghetto birds over my apartment every night. Helicopters.
Okay,
No, there was a time where you drove down Sunset and you had this feeling like, if I got out of my car, I could get killed and nobody will find me for a while.
Really that bad?
Yeah, seemed shitty and
seedy.
Real
but
seedy.
and by the way, they came out of there and it became one of them playing the Super Bowl for 5 seconds. That only happened, again, going back to our fucking earlier conversation, because of record stores in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because some record store owner in Indianapolis said, this sounds fucking hot. I think this will move if I put it out there. And it grew, that's why he was able to come from the gutter up to mainstream, was through that system. It's like it's like a septic system or something.
Yeah,
like that. There's
yeah.
receivers. And now if you got to go directly
Right.
from your playing it to iTunes, you have to go right to mainstream. There's no coming up as much
Yep.
anymore.